Hello everyone, and welcome. Today, let's explore together how to approach that deeply unsettling feeling of being lost in life. If you've been wondering about your direction, questioning your choices, or feeling like you're wandering without a compass, you're definitely not alone. I chose this theme because research shows that nearly 3/4 of adults experience periods where they feel directionless at some point in their lives. Let's work together to understand what science tells us about finding our authentic purpose. Current research suggests that having a strong sense of purpose in life creates measurable and significant changes in our brain structure and function. A comprehensive meta-analysis published in 2023 in the Journal of Clinical Psychology examined data from over 50,000 participants across multiple countries and cultural backgrounds. This research found that people with higher purpose in life scores showed 27% lower risk of developing depression and 35% reduction in anxiety symptoms over time. What's particularly fascinating is how purpose acts as a powerful buffer against life's inevitable stresses. Researchers followed 1,500 individuals with cardiovascular disease for 2 full years, carefully tracking their health outcomes. They discovered that each unit increase in purpose in life, measured on a 6-point scale, was associated with a 27% decreased risk of experiencing a heart attack during the study period. Another significant 4-year study involving 7,000 older adults found that for each standard deviation increase in purpose score, participants reduced their stroke risk by 22%. The neuroscience behind this is equally compelling. Brain imaging studies reveal that people with stronger life purpose show increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, which is the brain region primarily responsible for planning, decision-making, and emotional regulation. Latest findings in neuroscience indicate that developing a sense of purpose literally creates new neural pathways that enhance our ability to cope with stress and maintain emotional balance during difficult times. A particularly noteworthy study published in 2023 in the Journal of Affective Disorders demonstrated that purpose-focused therapeutic interventions led to significant improvements in both hope and meaning among participants. These interventions resulted in greater overall psychological well-being and, remarkably, a 40% reduction in suicidal ideation among young adults who participated in the research. When scientists compared various meaning-making interventions, they found that purpose-centered approaches were significantly more effective than general positive psychology techniques. The effect sizes ranged from 0.6 to 0.8, which are considered large effects in psychological research, meaning the impact was both statistically significant and practically meaningful for participants' daily lives. Now, let's move to practical methods that research has shown to be both safe and effective for discovering your authentic purpose. These approaches are designed to work gradually and sustainably, respecting the fact that finding purpose is often a process rather than a sudden revelation. The first method is called values clarification, and research shows this is the essential foundation of purpose discovery. For 1 week, spend 15 minutes each day writing about moments when you felt most alive, engaged, and authentically yourself. These might be from any period of your life, whether recent or from years ago. As you write, pay particular attention to what values were being expressed in those moments. This scientifically optimized timing of 15 minutes allows for meaningful reflection without becoming overwhelming or analytically exhausting. The neuroscience behind this method shows that when we recall moments of authentic engagement, our brains activate the same reward centers that were active during the original experience, helping us identify patterns that point toward our core values. The second approach is the impact reflection method, which builds on extensive research showing that focusing on how we positively affect others strengthens our sense of purpose. Each evening for 1 week, write down one way you positively impacted someone that day, regardless of how small or seemingly insignificant it might seem. This could be listening carefully to a friend, helping a colleague with a task, or simply offering a genuine smile to a stranger. Research indicates that this practice gradually rewires the brain's reward system toward meaningful connection and contribution, helping us recognize that purpose often emerges through our relationships and impact on others. The third method involves future self-visualization, which is supported by fascinating neuroscience research confirming that vivid mental imagery of our future selves activates many of the same brain regions as actual experiences. Spend 10 minutes daily for 1 week visualizing yourself 5 years from now, living fully according to the values you identified in the first exercise. Include as many specific details as possible about your environment, your relationships, the work or activities you're engaged in, and the ways you're contributing to others or causes you care about. This method works because it helps create neural templates for the future you want to create, making it more likely that you'll recognize and pursue opportunities that align with your authentic purpose. The fourth approach is what researchers call the micro-purpose practice. Large-scale studies consistently show that purpose doesn't require grand gestures or dramatic life changes to begin developing. Instead, we can start with what I call micro-purposes, which are small daily actions that align with our identified values. Choose one 10-minute activity each day that expresses your core values in some way. This might be learning something new if growth is important to you, listening deeply to a friend if connection matters to you, or spending time in nature if environmental values are central to who you are. Research shows that about 60% of people abandon purpose-seeking efforts when they expect immediate clarity or dramatic insights. It's important to understand that purpose typically emerges gradually through consistent practice rather than through sudden revelation. The process is more like slowly developing a photograph than like flipping a light switch. Studies indicate that sharing your purpose journey with one trusted person increases your likelihood of success by 65%. Consider scheduling weekly check-ins with a friend, family member, or counselor to discuss the insights and challenges you're experiencing as you work through these methods. If you'd like to start immediately, here's something you can do right now. Ask yourself this question: when do I feel most like myself? Write down the first 3 thoughts that come to mind, without editing or judging them. These initial responses are often valuable clues pointing toward your authentic purpose and values. To summarize what we discussed today, let me highlight the key points that research shows are most important to remember. First, scientific studies prove that purpose reduces depression and anxiety by over 30%, making this more than just a philosophical concept but a genuine mental health intervention. Second, your brain literally rewires itself when you discover and live according to meaningful direction, creating new neural pathways that support emotional resilience. Third, values clarification through reflection on your most authentic moments reveals your personal life compass and provides the foundation for purposeful living. Fourth, small daily actions aligned with your values create powerful momentum toward purpose, proving that you don't need to make dramatic changes to begin this journey. Fifth, future self-visualization activates the same brain patterns associated with actual success and achievement, making your purposeful future more neurologically accessible. Sixth, sharing your purpose journey with others increases your likelihood of success by 65%, highlighting the importance of community and support in this process. As we conclude today, I want you to know that finding your purpose is both possible and deeply worthwhile. Millions of people have successfully transformed their sense of direction using these evidence-based methods, moving from feeling lost to living with clear intention and meaning. Remember that this is a gradual process that unfolds over time, and every small step you take matters more than you might realize. Your brain is already equipped with everything you need to discover your authentic why, and the research clearly shows that when you do, both your mental and physical health will benefit in profound ways. If today's discussion provided any support or helpful insights, please hit the like button to help others who might be feeling lost discover this content. If you'd like to continue learning about mental health and personal growth together, please subscribe to join our community of people committed to authentic, science-based approaches to well-being. May your hearts feel a little lighter knowing that your sense of purpose is waiting to be discovered through these gentle, research-backed practices. Thank you for listening until the end today, and remember that your journey toward meaningful direction begins with the very next step you choose to take.